All right, that's me. What's up, everybody? Darnell doing the S10 Productions. This is the Darnell After Dark edition. Basically, I just found a track that I wanted to kind of just fix up a little bit and see if people like it. All right, so I got this track that I made. I think this dates all the way back to 9 years ago. 9 years ago, but I want to get a couple things in here fixed up. Um, Mostly because I'm dealing with some issues with. Well, this was made 9 years ago, so everything's pretty much loud. There's really not much flexibility as much as I would like for it to be. All right. So here's Studio One. It's a track I produced in FL Studio. This is an interesting R&B track. I had played this in um, 6/4, which is a very interesting way of using it. But yeah, so I played this. Let's line this to the right so you guys can get some more space here. Actually, that's what I should have did in the first place. How is that being viewed right now? Oh, okay. All right, cool. So here's the track itself. One thing I want to do start off first is I want to kind of group a couple things. So in here, what I want to do first is I'm going to go and take all of these. I'm going to pack them in a folder. We're going to call these drums. And we're going to change these to red. Mostly because I look at these the same way I look at if I'm using an X32 rack that has the color scroll. I usually like doing it that way. Bass will be in blue. If it's like a guitar, I put it in green. Pianos, I like putting in like hot pink. Alright, so or magenta. So we'll put magenta there. Sample we'll put in yellow, just to simplify it. All right. So here is here's the session. Boom. So first thing I want to make sure to do is I want to get these 3 tracks to be routed into the sample itself. So I'm gonna have to. I can do this one of 2 ways. If I go into here in my mix window, excuse me, I could set a separate compression so I can do a side chain for each one. I'm just going to group these. So I'm going to select all 3, right click it, select add bus for the selected channels. I'm going to rename this side chain. Once I go into the side chain, I'm going to go and select, I'm going to go on my favorites. I'll select the compressor. Then I got to go to the kick here and send side chains to that. So again, you guys didn't get a chance to see it. I'll show it one more time. I'm going to go to plus sign on sends on my kick channel. Got to go to where it says side chains and then this specific side chain. Okay. Nothing really have to change there. Right now it's under, I believe it's pre-feder, but let's double check and make sure here. Okay. Stretch these out. So here's the side chain. Yep, so there's your pre-feder on and off. Looks like it's off. I'm also just going to leave it up to that source. So I'm going to leave it here. Real quick, let me just take a look here, make sure everything's good. All right. As you can see I'm live right now. Let's see if I got people. Okay, cool. All right, so here's an old track. All right, here's my side chain. Again, how much time I got left? All right, I got 20 minutes. We'll make this quick. All right, running through the side chain. Here's the compression. I'm going to do a hard knee. I'm just going to have it dip a little bit, and I'm just going to go relative to this. So I want to get to the part where most of the chorus is playing. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to select a fast attack and a fast release. I'll make it dramatic so I know that it's working. Now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup where I messed up. Let's get the Pro EQ running. A little bit of lower frequencies at that end, so I'm going to turn this on. We're going to give it to like the hardest set. I know I don't really have anything higher than maybe... But I do notice that it may be a little bit loud, so I might want to turn that down a little bit. So I'm just going to turn this. Again, you always want to pinpoint certain areas that you want. So I'm going to... Let's see. 89 here. Take a look at this clap real quick. I'm gonna send the same source over there. James, what's up, man? What's happening, brother? All right, so we're back at it. Here's some of my claps. Here's a little bit of the sample itself. So I want to, one thing I want to do mostly, just clean up certain areas. So here's that bass. I'm going to bring the bass line back in. Yeah, everybody's got jokes. All right. It's a little bit soft, so I'm gonna run the the Pro L. Now I already have the reverb already kind of built into it, so that's just all kind of just fixated in there. I see Ashley on spot. What's up, Ashley? How you doing? So basically, this is just quick cleanup. There's an old track that I want to kind of just fix up. This is just a real easy, quick and easy kind of mix. Hey Joe, what's going on? So let's say I want to end one section here. Let's do. So I want to use this small little piece here. I'm going to select Alt X. And what that's going to allow me to do is I'm going to zoom into here real quick. And I'm going to activate delay. Now in here, I don't have to, create a separate track for it. What I can do instead is I'm going to go to zoom, double click on that and press the I. And what I'm going to do is Event FX. I'm going to press enable. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yep, you guys can see it. All right, just want to make sure. All right, I'm going to select enable. And then I want to go to where it says inserts. I'm going to do beat delay. And I'm going to run it in quarter notes. Excuse me. And I'm just gonna maybe fix the tail end of this. There you go. Because I wanna blend this a little bit so it doesn't become so abrupt there. So I might just, so this would be the point where I would maybe do like around 40%, maybe 50% here, and I'll do like a ping pong. And what the ping pong will necessarily do is kind of go like a back and forth, left and right. And the left and right allows me to kind of basically kind of bring a better stereo spectrum into my track. So I'll zoom back out, and I might do that, and this will be like the time, like this is different from from when I did this song like 11 years ago, or sorry, 9 years ago, where when I wanted to just do stuff, I could do them. Doing them in post helps because then you can work with more effects more effectively. So what I could do is there's a section in here where I can render it. I'm just gonna leave it in there because I might want to change it later. What time is it? I don't want to miss too much time. We're gonna make this one quick. So let's do 50. So one thing I'm noticing here is I'm getting a dip in volume for some reason. So I got to go back over here and check why, which is most likely because, so. So the only thing I'm really having a little bit of an issue here doing is trying to get that volume going there effectively. So I'm just gonna go and put the gain up a little bit here and blend it to the point where it makes more sense, okay? So, what I'm thinking about doing here is we're going to make another track. I'm going to take this one section here and we are going to slice it and then we're going to copy it and then I want to paste it into this area. All right, so it got a little bit off. So then I'm gonna go back over to the same spot. I'm gonna create a tail end, what we call a reverse reverb. I'm gonna go down to my macros. I believe I have a reverse reverb section in here that's been made already. Yep, right here, add effects, reverse reverb. So I'm going to click here. Let's do that. Now what is that? Did it do it? All right, there it is. So I want to use these two tracks. No, it's a little bit too loud, so I probably want to blend it down a little bit. So all this at this point is just trying to mark it up. So we can blend it a little bit better. We'll get to that in a second. Next thing I want to do is add some panning. So here's the event FX. I'm going to go automate edit pan here. I've kind of done this method before with I've done this method similar previously when I did a track where I wanted to use hang on a second, P I believe it is, or L. Nope. There it is. Okay, so now I can take 2 out. So here's another method I can do some more editing rhythmically. So let's say I go to inserts in my master. I'm going to select Effectrix, and I have it set as a preset. Okay, we go to old default. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to control this via X-Touch. So if I go, I believe it's still allowing me to do that, right? Still. So I'm going to go down and select these. So here's the plugin. So here's all my 8 pads. First thing I need to do is, okay, here's my so here's the bypass loop. And what all this is going to do is just trigger it. So I want to say, I want to use this and have it sent to this encoder here. You guys probably ain't going to be able to see this, but it's going to be sent into an encoder. What I'll do is just move the knob that I want, select the button that I want to press, and then press the button itself. It's the only one I really want to do. Actually, there's a couple more I need to do, actually, to be honest. So here's part 2. I'm going to use that as reverse. 3, we're going to select that and press stretch. 4 is going to be our vinyl. 5 is our stutter. port 6 is going to be our filter. 7 is going to be our delay. Okay. And then I'm going to use the phaser as our last one at 8. So we got that off. Now I'm going to flip fade. Now it's going to allow me to go ahead and this thing was kind of slanted, to be honest. Now that I kind of have everything I want it routed, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to set this section right here. I want to use that as my the best method in going in and using the effects that I want to. So for me to get the effects to work, I have to turn this into touch mode. And now it can be ran as automation. So I like using, actually, you know what I might do? No, it might not make a lot of sense at this point. All right. So you see that it did some movement there. I'm going to get rid of those. I'm going to leave it on read mode for a second. I want to see how it reacts. Couple things I'll have to do for that. All right, so let's do. I'm gonna be a little bit more precise. One. So between here and here, I'm going to activate it. Actually, what I'm going to do is actually stretch this automation a little bit longer. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this master mix and put that in dry. So the filter would be the next one up that I would move. So here's the bypass delay. I'm going to go into filter. So at this point, I want this to be off. So let's pick that section here. And then same method going forward. Then what I'll have to do is select this button next. We're going to automate it. And I'm going to run this into 50. All right. So let's say we ran it for the first up to maybe 45. I'm going to go and just make sure that that trim section is there. Drag it all the way down until I see, oops, sorry, until I see about 50%. If I did this right, it should work. All right, so did it correctly. I just needed to move that a little bit over. Okay, so 50%. Okay, and then I'm going to hit shift, and what all that will do is just have it shift over to the spot I want. All right, so that should fix it. When that sample reemerges, which is about here, that gives me more than enough time. So let's see what we got for the quick edit here. So one thing I gotta get rid of here is this. And this. So I want to make it a little bit cleaner. Only thing I'm missing for some strange reason is you know what it is? It's this. Gotta move that back over. Filter, delay. So, delay. All right, so there's one section I need to fix. I totally forgot about it, and I kind of feel stupid in forgetting it. Is the section where it does come back. I do need to get this thing back into shape, so boom. Because you want to make it seamless as possible when you do this work. It's a little bit of a slight edge here for some reason. I honestly am curious of why that is. Because if you run this at 50, what technically it should do, so that's just creating a blend that's going to work seamlessly. Now that's just running it using the Effectrix. Another way that I could do this is if I took all the selected tracks and made sends for them and made them do more what we call like an echo out method. 907. Oh, okay. Last Dance can wait for a minute. Where's track 8? Let's do 1 through. So we're going to add a bus channel. And then what we're going to do is we're going to activate the beat delay again. We're going to turn this Effectrix off. Maybe this might make it a lot easier to do. What's up, John? What's up, Stephanie? So here, I want to go from section 4 over. I want every piece of that section deleted. Boom. Please. Oh, shoot. I got to do it this way, don't I? All right, cool. So right here, I'm going to go and we're going to double click on beat delay. Can I automate? I can automate this. Okay. So what I have to do is I got to do bypass. So we'll get rid of the Effectrix. That's one method of doing it. Global what? None. So we can get rid of this. Remove. Okay. So next thing we have to do. We're going to take the beat delay. I'm going to call this delay. And since they're all audio tracks, it makes it a lot easier to do. I'm going to double click here. I'm going to select 40.3, which is just the fourth measure beat 3, I believe. We're going to go from here over. Actually, we want it. Let's do read mode. That stays, actually. I got to make my own automation for that. Okay. So bypass is on. I want bypass off. And then I'm going to deactivate it. So right here, I'm going to turn the trim off. And then what I want to do is I can take the automation and I'm going to set a mute on beat 1. Let's do here. I'm going to do that for a couple other tracks as well. So the only ones we have right now is just this kick. There's the delay. So I have to do the same one for that. Boom, here. And all this is doing is just cleaning out a different area, different sections of areas here. We're going to do it with the clap. And then we're going to lastly do it with the hi-hats. Actually, I just did it with the hi-hats. Now we're going to do it with the clap. There you go. So boom and boom. Now this should be a little bit cleaner now. So what that allows me to do is stretch out this beat delay a lot further because it's not being triggered by other tracks that's being ran. So I can stretch this out maybe up to here. And then after that, I can just turn the rest of this off because, actually, no. I want this on because that's doing a bypass. So that's bypassing it right now. So after that's done, then that's the rest of it. So here's a mix. I'm gonna send this to 0. So there's the track itself, and now I can do my normal fade outs by just going in. All right, so now I can take off. Oops. Sorry, wrong mode. Automation. Let's turn those off. Stretch this back out. And I'm going to shorten these up just so I can get a section here where I can shorten these. Turn the curve down a little bit more. All right, that's pretty much it. So that's all I got for tonight. I'm gonna just chill out for the rest of the evening. So, guys, go ahead and check these pages. I strongly encourage for those of y'all who are watching. Sorry, I encourage y'all, for those of y'all watching on my personal and Facebook page, to watch these on my S-Time Productions page. It'll just make it a lot easier for me to go ahead and check that stuff out from there. And to kind of up my following and supporting the page itself. 'Cause I know a lot of, it's like I appreciate y'all coming in, popping in on this page. Only reason I did this so I can kind of mosey people over to my other page while I'm at it. So S-Time Productions is doing the same stream right now on here, is doing the same stream on YouTube, is doing the same stream on Twitch. So if you guys can check that out, that'd be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to leave y'all with this track, where it is, and I hope y'all enjoy it. It's called Sweet Love. I made this back in 2011, I believe. And honestly, I just hope y'all enjoy it. So thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.